Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle. Are you ready for a great show tonight?
Great, you guys are an awesome audience. I want you guys to maintain this energy throughout the show. So that being said, I want you guys to give an extra warm welcome to Jimmy Jones. Extra warm.
You're actually looking for Jimmy Jones to come out, right? Now, some of you guys are thinking, doesn't look like a Jimmy Jones. Usually a Jimmy Jones would be a cool black dude or an old white dude. No, seriously, I'd be suspicious too if you came up here and you said your name was Kim Jong-il or Kim Song-moon. I'd be like, no. I actually like my name. It just frustrates me sometimes though, when people are always asking for my ID. I mean, come on. If I were to come up with a fake name, do you think I would pick Jimmy Jones? Directory assistants, can you please stop giving away my numbers? I hate it when people call and order sandwiches. My wife tells me I'm freaky fast, but I don't make sandwiches. I don't deliver sandwiches. You guys are all looking around for my wife. I'm so sorry. My mom dreamt that I would become a pastor since I was young. And so when it was time for me to take my stepfather's name, she decided, yeah, let's just change your first name too, so you'll be Jimmy Jones. So I guess she thought Reverend Jim Jones had a nice ring. Which kind of explains why my Kool-Aid business when I was 6 years old didn't work. And you know what? When I sign up for something to bring during potluck dinners, no one requests drinks. Consequently, I did set out some Kool-Aid in the back. And if you don't want to pay for drinks, there's free Kool-Aid in the back. That's a lie. Like the other comics that comes up here tonight, I'm a pastor. And so telling a lie, even for a laugh, doesn't sit right with me. So if I ever do lie, I will tell you immediately afterwards that I've lied. That's a lie. That's from Guide Out, 1987. You know, stealing other people's material doesn't sit right with me either. So if I ever do use someone else's joke, I will tell you right afterward where I got that joke. That's a lie. Pastor Matt came up here and talked about how being in the 40s and older club stinks. I wonder if he's ever heard about prostate exams. Shh. Let's let him find that one out on his own. I'll never forget my first prostate exam. Went to my doctor. I started complaining about some discomfort. He said, well, drop your trousers, let's have a look. I'm just standing there. And I thought he was gonna use his little light to see what's going on. It was taking a while, so I started explaining to him, doctor, it's not all the time, it's just one or twice a month. So I'm no longer seeing that doctor. So they tell me that I will need to be doing prostate exams every 5 to 10 years. So I've already made plans to switch doctors every 5 to 10 years. A couple of years ago, I went doctor shopping. I wanted to look for a doctor with small hands, very small fingers. So I met this German doctor and he had very small hands. Score! But he didn't actually do my prostate exam. Instead, he referred me to a proctologist. Imagine that. Loving that part of the body so much, you make it your whole profession. I want to know what's going through his mind when he decided I'm going to be a proctologist. Anyway, my proctologist had even smaller hands than my doctor, so I was like, double score! And after he did the exam, he decided, you know what, Jimmy? I think we're gonna have to do a colonoscopy. Game over. If that's what you have to do in order to live a long, healthy life, I don't want to live. That's a lie. After being a bachelor for 18 years, now I'm married and I have 3 kids. The oldest child is 3 years old, so we have, in 4 years, we have 3 kids under 4 years old. So at my house, we like to play the blame game because we didn't plan this, it just happened. So I would tell my wife, I think it's your fault because you're so fertile. She would come back at me and say, you know what? No, it's your fault because you have such super swimmers. Freaky fast. And I would tell her, you know what? No, it's got to be your fault because you can't keep your hands off me. And she would say, well, no, that's your fault too because you're so sexy and irresistible. So I would tell her, you know what? Some nights I just want to get in bed and go to sleep. Maybe cuddle a little. Or maybe, lay down and talk. That's a lie. So, now that I have young ones around the house, I've learned that I have to watch what comes out of my mouth. See, I moonlight at UPS and I work with a bunch of Teamsters whose vocabulary is so refined. So when I yell across the sort aisle and say, I need a potty break, I get these glares back at me like, what did you just say? No, same thing happens when I'm playing softball and I slide into third. I get up and say, you know what? I think I got a boo-boo. Doesn't come off very well. Anyway, went to the doctor and I complained, I think I got a boo-boo in my noggin. He said, well, drop your trousers. Let's have a good night.